All right, time to have some fun. For more about the prices hitting fans and wallets this year, Mike Bako, sports editor at dailynational.com. Good to have you back with us. Okay, let's just start with the most serious question. The Eagles favored by 1.5 points. That's the current line. Do you take the line or you take the 80% and just pick the winner? Which one are you choosing?
You got to go with the Chiefs. You can't bet against Patrick Mahomes, just winning another MVP award. So I know that might not be a popular choice, and I know they had a couple of squeakers in the playoffs, but I can't go against him. I can't go against Andy Reid.
But you understand they're the underdog this year, actually, weirdly enough.
And weirdly enough, and that's part of the motivation, I think. The Eagles had been flying high, no pun intended, because of their name for most of the season. They had a couple setbacks with injury, certainly showed themselves to be formidable in the playoffs, but had not really been hitting their stride. So I really think that they may have peaked a little bit earlier, and you can't go against Patrick Mahomes.
I feel like, you know, this year's Super Bowl has, I think, a little more significance than in years past because it's really the first big game since COVID restrictions have been, for the most part, fully lifted, right? Because even last year, we still had a big problem with the Omicron and everything. And this year now, it's fully free. Everyone's out the party. They're going to do their thing. And you're seeing ticket prices, of course. Everything's all-time high, essentially, right? From ticket prices to food to partying. And in this particular episode that we're doing now is we're talking about how much it's costing for people to watch the game at the game and at home. So let's start with the game. What's it cost for you and I to go to the game? You might even be going, I don't know, but I'm just saying if we weren't.
If we were trying to go right now, we'd be looking at an extreme gouging of prices, upwards of 10 to 15,000 to try to just get into the building. Yes, at this point, not face value, of course. We're talking about fans of the Eagles or of the Chiefs who are probably looking at this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. A good seat where you're not sitting at the top and watching it on the screens in the stadium. We're looking at anywhere $10K plus per ticket. That's not taking into consideration flying out to Arizona, staying in Arizona. That's what
on our screen. You can't see it, Mike, but on our screen we're showing the cheapest ticket to the big game is $4,500 plus the hotels and yada yada. Okay, so I get it. It's a big party for adults for the most part. I'll save the money and I'll just come over to your house and eat. Now, speaking of eating, what about the price of food? Because it's tradition here, right? We throw a party, we invite our friends over, we whip out the tomahawk steaks, we whip out the Caesar salad, and everything else that goes to making our friends happy and screaming and yelling at the big game. How much is that going to cost me to host a party?
Well, first of all, I want to come to your Super Bowl party if you're serving everyone tomahawk steaks, first of all. So I'll take the invite for that party. Usually people are used to chicken fingers and guacamole and fries and assorted dips and chilies and things like that. Now, when it comes to that, prices, I'm looking at about $85 per person. Obviously, someone is not sitting there and, you know, shopping $85. If they're having a party, they're probably spending upwards of about $500 or so. You're talking about alcohol, you're talking about food, you're talking about making your meats. And most people that have Super Bowl parties, the average party nowadays is about 7 to 8 people, like you were saying. Now, post-COVID, that might even be expanding because people want to watch together. The other thing that we're seeing recently is that the increase in at-home theaters and bigger screen TVs, where it really makes that viewing experience so much better. So these Super Bowl parties are getting even bigger and better because people are having these facilities and COVID, people building out basements and man caves and things like this. So the viewing experience for those people having their parties, much better than it's been at any point in history, really, because of the technology and the way that people are implementing.
It is amazing. I did not spend very much money, but I've got a projector that, you know, is the size of half of this wall that I can watch the game on. And it used to be, it was fuzzy and not clear. But today with technology, it's not, you know, it's not HD, but it's pretty darn close to being there at the game. Let's talk quickly about the brands that are advertising, because this is also a business for the NFL. I read somewhere, again, new record highs for folks doing ads there. Who are going to be the winners and losers? Who are you looking for in terms of the big ads that you're going to see on television?
Well, the biggest winner is Fox, who's broadcasting the game, $7 million per 30-second ad. So they've already sold out. They've sold out that inventory, so that's great for them. The big trend this year are celebrities and stars starring in these commercials. John Travolta is doing a T-Mobile commercial. Serena Williams is in a couple of commercials. The two actors, Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad, are doing a potato chip commercial. So some of these big name celebrities who in years past you'd probably have to pry them off the sofa and be looked down upon for them to be doing commercials, that's another way to extend their brand. So you're going to be seeing a lot from a celebrity standpoint. One thing you're going to be seeing less of in terms of no ads are from crypto companies that every commercial break last year, you seem to see one. This year, no crypto ads.
All right, Mike, and don't forget that awesome Super Bowl halftime show that we're expecting. I mean, I think it's going to be a great day. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game and have a good weekend, man.
Always a pleasure.